In the legendary film Rashomon, we discover that the truth is never simple. Each perspective reveals a different story. What you're about to hear is a true Rashomon tale from Hollywood's darkest corners. Which version do you believe? Marilyn Monroe's death on the 5th of August, 1962, has puzzled the world for decades. Found unresponsive in her home, the initial conclusion was that she passed from an excessive intake of medications. However, with each passing year, more stories have emerged, turning what seemed like a tragic accident into one of Hollywood's greatest mysteries. Today we explore 8 different theories surrounding her untimely passing. Each one offers a unique perspective, but which one, if any, is the truth? The official story. Intentional act. The official explanation is the simplest. Monroe's passing was a deliberate act. She had a well-documented history of emotional struggles, including severe bouts of depression and anxiety. In the months leading up to her death, her behavior became increasingly erratic. She had just experienced a difficult divorce from playwright Arthur Miller, and her career faced setbacks. The official autopsy indicated a high level of barbiturates in her system, leading investigators to conclude that her death was intentional. But while this narrative seems straightforward, many believe it leaves too many questions unanswered. Accidental misuse. Another theory suggests Monroe's death was not intentional, but rather a tragic mistake. Marilyn was prescribed various medications for insomnia and anxiety, and it's believed she may have mixed these without understanding the danger. Over the years, some have speculated that her passing was the result of accidental misuse. Could she have simply made an unfortunate error combining the wrong substances? The Kennedy connection. Perhaps the most sensational theory involves her rumored relationships with the Kennedy brothers. Monroe was alleged to have been romantically involved with both President John F. Kennedy and his brother, Robert Kennedy. According to this theory, Monroe had become a liability. She allegedly knew sensitive information that could tarnish their reputations or disrupt national security. The theory posits that her death was orchestrated to silence her. Some versions even claim Robert Kennedy was at her home the night she died, while others suggest that powerful figures orchestrated her demise to protect the Kennedys. However, no concrete evidence has ever surfaced to substantiate these claims. Mafia involvement. Closely linked to the Kennedy theory is the idea that organized crime played a role in Monroe's death. The Mafia had complex ties to the Kennedys, particularly through their father's dealings during Prohibition. Some theorists suggest that mobster Sam Giancana, looking to blackmail the Kennedy family, used Monroe's connections as leverage. When she became too risky to the operation, they argue, she was eliminated to protect the Mafia's interests. Was Monroe caught in the middle of a power struggle between politicians and criminals? CIA or FBI conspiracy? Another widely circulated theory points to government agencies. Some believe that either the CIA or FBI was involved in Monroe's death due to her close ties to the Kennedy family. With her knowledge of sensitive information and relationships with powerful political figures, some theorists speculate that these agencies saw Monroe as a potential threat to national security. Theorists claim that Monroe was under surveillance and her phone was tapped in the days leading up to her death. Could her untimely end have been part of a covert operation orchestrated by the government? Psychiatric manipulation. Dr. Ralph Greenson, Monroe's personal psychiatrist, played a significant role in her life, and some believe his influence over her was unhealthy. According to this theory, Greenson was controlling and may have played a direct role in her death. Some versions suggest that Greenson administered too much medication, either accidentally or intentionally. The theory points to possible medical negligence or even manipulation. Was Monroe a victim of those entrusted with her care? House staff cover-up. There's another theory that suggests Monroe's death may have been an accident, but the truth was covered up by those closest to her. Her housekeeper, Eunice Murray, and Dr. Greenson were among the first on the scene. According to this version, They found Marilyn in distress but delayed calling the authorities. Fearing legal or personal consequences, they may have altered the scene and delayed their response to make the situation appear different from how it truly occurred. Could this cover-up have been an attempt to protect their own reputations rather than a malicious act? Peter Lawford's role. Actor Peter Lawford, a member of the Rat Pack and the Kennedys' brother-in-law, also factors into some theories about Monroe's death. Lawford was one of the last people to speak with Marilyn before her passing. Some believe that Lawford played a role in either covering up what happened or possibly facilitating events that led to her demise. According to this version, Lawford was tasked with protecting the Kennedys, and his involvement with Monroe was part of managing that delicate situation. Was Lawford simply another player in a larger scheme, or was his role more active in Monroe's tragic fate? In the end, what do you believe? Did Marilyn Monroe's death result from her own actions, or was she a victim of powerful forces beyond her control? Like the stories told in Rashomon, each version offers a different view of the same event, yet the truth remains elusive. Which version feels most real to you?